What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Oster Show. Today we're looking at the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mirage comic Shredder clones and Triceraton Zog action figures. Again, still part of the Target Haulathon. So continuing on here with our Mirage comics, and both of these look cool. So we have the Shredder clone. So we've already had the claw Shredder before. So this time we have the forearm Shredder and then the little micro Shredder. So those look pretty cool. Having both of those, we can spin around and see more pictures of each of them there. So now we have the 3 Shredder clones, and then we have Zog, the Triceraton, which looks really cool. He's big and beefy, just looks awesome. I'm excited for this more than any other, so just looks really cool. So he looks awesome, and like I said, I'm super excited to check him out. So let me get him open and out of the box. We'll take a look at him together. So we're going to start off with our Shredder clones, where we have our multi-arm Shredder as well as our mini Shredder hidden down here. But the Shredder clones were made by the Foot Clan scientists through ancient magic and modern science, with a colony of worms that would form together to replicate a person whose remains they have fed on, and then they would wear armor similar to Shredder. So they did feast on some of Orokosaki's burnt flesh to then take on the form of Shredder, and then formed into these again of multi-arm Shredder and mini Shredder, which we'll start with mini Shredder. So mini Shredder is just a small version of Shredder that has long wrist blades, so they each have something about them. So he looks pretty cool. Nice little figures. You can see the height and stuff. So I think I am saying at probably the max height you can, because he doesn't have much movement in him. But standing up there, you can see just how tall he is compared to the forearm Shredder, and looks pretty cool. So he's got the Shredder helmet and stuff on, just like normal Shredder. So I like the all blacked out face, but you see the red eyes and the face covering, and then the helmet design with the spikes. He's got the spikes up on the shoulders, but really tall spikes for him. Then the forearm bracers with the spikes going into the gloves that have little spikes on the end there as well, as you can see. Then he's got the Shredder outfit on, so the maroon shirt and pants with the brown wrappings around his waist and feet, so little feet there, and just overall looks cool. And with it being this, he's got the darker skin tone and everything there, so looks pretty cool. But like I said, he doesn't have much movement, so you can't do a whole lot with him. So for that movement, we get the head that can rock back and forth a little, so it can look down and look up there, and should be able to twist a little side to side, but because of all the spikes and everything, it's kind of hard to really get in there, getting caught on there and stuff, but it can twist a little side to side. We get the arms that can move back and forth. Again, not much to it, but they can twist back and forth and move in and out a little. Some move easier together. Of course, we heated them up to loosen them, and now they've tightened up, so you can go in and out like that and rotate around. He has a twist at the waist, so it seems like right down in here he can just twist around a little. And then we get the hips again, with the hips being all weird. They can come out to the side a little and twist back and forth and rotate around and stuff. Again, it's hard to get them all worked out, but you have to get them in the right position to get them to stand up. And then we have the little feet that can flex back and forth and twist side to side. So with all that, you have to just get the joints all worked out and move together and stuff to be able to even get him to stand up in the first place. But it just looks like a cute little guy that'll rip you to pieces. And then with that, we can go on to the multi-arm Shredder, or forearm Shredder, whatever you want to call him. He looks awesome here, big, beefy. Of course, similar design has the Shredder, so the Shredder mask and helmet, shoulder spikes, forearm gauntlets with the spikes and the blades on the hand. Same Shredder outfit, the maroon color with the brown wrappings at the waist and down on the feet. He just has 4 arms this time, so he's got these big arms, and he's big and muscular and just looks awesome. But we'll do his movement, so his head can twist all the way around, so his is much easier to get to since he doesn't have as big as spikes and stuff. You know, look down that far and up that far, so pretty decent movements in there. The shoulders can come up, of course with the shoulders you get limited movements, but can come up at least that far, under 90, and can rotate around within there. The lower arms are much easier to rotate around and stuff in, and then get it moved back and forth. We have a bicep twist, and then the double elbow joints there that if you get them to work together to bend, you can get to a 90-degree angle. We have a forearm twist, so right down in here, of course, part of the function of this figure. The wrist can also twist around and flex back and forth. It's real stiff. Yeah, it can flex back and forth there. Then we have a twist at the waist. No real crunch or anything. He can just move a little back and forth, but can twist side to side some. The hips can come up that far at least, so under 90 and out to the side. Has a bit of a thigh twist up in there. The double knee joint that can bend up that far to the back. And then we also have the foot that can flex back and forth and twist side to side. So much better movements on him. Of course, a big bulkier figure. So much easier to get movements in this sort of figure, but he still looks pretty cool, and also has a pretty cool function that I'll show you here in a second. So accessory wise, he comes with additional hands. So he's got 2 fist hands and then 2 open claw hands or whatever. So we get a set of grip hands. So we have grips if we have weapons, which he doesn't come with any, but if we had weapons, we could give to him and put those in his hands. And then he also comes with a set of flat palm hands, so you could kind of switch out each hand, have a different hand for each one if we wanted. And then the other function we have him is that you can have his arm fall off. So let's say we just take arm like he's in a fight, and he gets his arm chopped in, so there he loses an arm. So we have an arm piece here, and to show some of the function of them being like worms and stuff, we get these pieces that we can pop inside here, and then you can just, you know, lay this on the ground. So it's sitting on the ground, so like his arm's falling apart and all those worms are starting to fall and like spread out and everything. And to go for this piece, we do also have a little nub that we can slide on. So there again, you can see more of the worms. So it's cool. You can do that and just like have his arm chopped off and laying on the ground, and then have that. So it's like he's in a fight with the turtles, which looks cool there, but of course the fight, it's hard to get it on the ground. So there, like his arms got chopped off and laying on the ground there like that. So that is pretty cool. A nice fun function of that. So I like that a lot, being able to have the little nub piece there and stuff. So it just adds a little bit to it. So it's fun to have the forearm shredder here and our little mini shredder, which of course trying to fit these in the screen. And then of course from the old NECA loot crate, we did get the claw shredders, or the crab claw shredder, whatever you want to call it there. So we have all 3 of the shredder clones now, which is cool for our Mirage comics collection. So now we just need an actual shredder. So cool to have all 3 shredder clones now. And then we have Zog, which looks really cool, and again, the figure I was most excited about. And Zog's a Triceraton that was transported to Earth by the Utroms, where he escaped the destruction of the TCRI building and hid away living in the sewers for a year until he met up with Raphael. And at this point, because he was living out of his natural atmosphere, his brain began to decay. So when he saw Raphael, he thought Raphael was one of his commanding officers. So he joins up with the turtles until he was eventually killed by the Shredder clones. So kind of fun. We have a video here together of Zog, and then along with the people that kill him. So cool to have him, and he looks awesome. He's a big bulky figure and just looks awesome. He's got a lot of heft and weight to him, just looks really cool, and I love the design. Of course, I love dinosaurs, so having the Triceratons, you know, looking like Triceratopses is really cool, and I absolutely love it. So we have his all orange skin, and he looks very much like Thing, like from Marvel the Thing, so that looks pretty cool, and just with the all orange skin. But he's got the Triceratops fan, the 3 horns of course of a Triceratops, which unfortunately it looks like this horn is put in backwards. We may try to see if we can somehow get it loosened and popped out and get it flipped around so it's more angled the right way, but cool to have the 3 horns of the Triceratops, and then they're like bird beak like mouth, the red eyes, and then of course we do have the mouth that can open up and show the tongue and teeth and stuff, so that's pretty funny. But cool, he's got that. Then he's got the purple Triceraton outfit with the triangle logo that they have and stuff, so that's cool, with the belt around the waist and the straps going around with all the pockets and stuff around there. His tail in the back, which looks like a long carrot, that's kind of weird. But then again, the orange skin continuing out with, he's got like a tattoo of the Triceraton logo, the arms all ripped up, so I don't know what that deal is, because it looks like the sleeve of his shirt had been ripped off. And then he's got the hands there, so he's got 4 fingers, nice big nails and stuff there. Purple pants continue down again, ripped out knees and stuff to the 3 toes with the nails on him there. So looks pretty crazy but cool at the same time, and it's a pretty big and hefty figure. So I'll bring in a turtle so you can see the height difference, and then of course you'll see him compared to the Shredder clones and stuff, but just looks really cool overall. So let's do his movement. So his head can move back and forth a little bit, or look up and down, I guess I should say. So he can look up that far and down just about that far. So not the best movements like in terms of back and forth, but it can look up really high and stuff, so that's cool. And of course twist around there. The mouth already showed you, so the mouth can open up and close, just weird. He has that tongue in there. Then we get the shoulders that can come up pretty close to 90. Let's see if this one's a little bit looser, can come up to 90 and rotate all the way around. We get a bicep twist and the single elbow joint that bends there pretty close to 90 and has rotation in it as well, with the wrist that can twist all the way around and flex back and forth. We have the ab crunch at the waist, so crunch back and forth and twist all the way around. The hips can come up a little, just about that far, pretty close to 90, I guess, and out to the side. Has the thigh twist up in there. The single knee joint that bends back at least that far, but it has some rotation in it as well. And then we have the foot. This one's a little bit more stiff, so let's do this one, but it can flex back and forth some and then twist side to side. Oh, and then we have the tail at the back that can move up and down. It's got a joint there, so you can twist it around and do whatever you want there. And it doesn't have really any bendy wire. I guess it does have a little bit of bend to it, just doesn't feel like as much as like normal. So you just have to be a little careful with that. But yeah, it's just kind of sticking out there far in the back. So obviously he's not a perfect figure, but it's just really cool. I just love the colors, the design, being, you know, the Triceratops and everything, just how big and bulky it is and stuff. Just a lot of cool things about this figure. It makes me really like it. Now, accessory wise, he comes with a lot of hands. So he's got 2 like just open hands there. So he comes with a set of fist hands, so we can have him fighting and stuff. He comes with a set of grip hands, so pretty small grips, but they are a set of grips there. And then we have wider grips that have a trigger finger and then a wider grip hand there as well. And with those, we get a bunch of different weapons, but first we have some grenades. So first we have a grenade, almost like a smoke bomb grenade, and then some normal grenades, the little round ball ones. And I like how they're all like wrapped up in brown and stuff. So we have those grenades, and then he has weapons. So first we have a gun. So we have the Triceraton gun. So with that triangle shape, once again, I don't know how easy or hard these would be to get in his hands. I guess I could try them. So there's the gun in his hand. It actually went in there pretty easily. Just the hardest thing was switching the hand out itself. So there he's got the gun in his hand, and then he also comes with a blade or a knife, whatever, which cool, has like the knuckle duster with the spikes and stuff. stuff and a nice long blade, so it'll fit in this hand. So let's switch this one out. So there he's got the blade in his hand as well, and that looks pretty cool. So he's got the blade and the gun in his hand, and that just looks really cool for Zog. And as I mentioned, we can bring in a turtle. So here's our normal Donatello, and you can see the height difference. Of course, Donatello is shorter than a normal human, but you can just see the height difference and stuff between the turtles and the Triceraton. So nice height difference there. So overall, this figure is just really cool. I love a lot of stuff about just the overall look with the Triceratops, the colors, the height, the big size bulk and everything. Just everything about this just works out so well, and I just love it so much. And there we can have a face-off between Zog and the Shredder clones, and maybe before Zog dies, he got a nice good swipe and cut off one of the Shredder clones' arm there. So fun to have those together, and you can see the height difference between them. So I assume the Shredder clone's going to be like your normal human height design, even though he's much bigger, but just I think when I've had him next to other figures, he looks relatively the same. And of course, the little Shredder here. But Zog is just still really big and looks awesome compared to them, and just looks so cool with all three of these here together. So once again, awesome to have more Mirage Comics figures to add to the shelf with Zog and the Shredder clone. So very cool figures once again, and I can recommend both of these sets. So let me know what you thought of them down in the comments, and if you enjoyed this review, let me know with a thumbs up. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.